supposed to check my box when I get here.
I just got this. The clerk just printed this.
Is it different from, let me see.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same one. It shouldn't be any changes. He just printed it so that you can look at for those that don't know how to toggle between. I think he just printed it just
Yeah, I think so.
we used to have paper ones.
I like it. I like having it.
1, 2, 3 plus 1.
Hey, Jay, we got your email? I'll ask Paul tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I never officially said anything.
We don't know if you'll see.
I have said it, but I've never sent an email. I told everybody when I came in every week. It might be
I know trustee Abraham and trustee Chalmalabi is not coming.
I know.
I
Waiting
don't
for
know
senior.
about senior. I haven't heard from him.
John still got to do his work.
Yeah.
Well, we have it's 4 days.
You do have a quorum. We're good for that?
Yeah, we can start.
Okay.
He votes in.
Oh, I'm supposed to start. I ain't been in person in so long. Good evening, everyone. I would like to call our regular board meeting to order at 7:30 p.m. We are located in the Village Chambers, 2350 South 25th Avenue. Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Trustee Tierney.
Present.
Trustee Abraham is absent. Trustee Senior is absent. Mayor Thompson.
Here.
Trustee Armour.
Here.
Trustee Chalmalave is absent. And Trustee Miller.
here.
Madam President, we have a quorum.
Thank you.
Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May we all pause for a moment of silence? Thank you. Item 2, public comments. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes, Madam President.
Thank you. We have one public comment. Deborah Vines from the Answer Inc. Can you please come to the podium?
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good
evening.
Good evening.
Again, I'm Deborah Vines, CEO of the Answer Incorporated, and I personally like to thank you all, the village board, and the mayor, for your continued support of our agency since 2008. We service about 17 families in the village of Broadview, but your support has allowed us to service families all over the state of Illinois, and we appreciate that. So to keep our support going, we're asking for your help again. September 26th at our annual gala. And our theme this year is Phoenix Rising for Autism, because we all have risen from the ashes of COVID. Thank you, Lord. And we're asking for your support again. It's going to be an amazing night, and the tickets are $100. So I left packages with all of the trustees and pluggers with you guys as well. So ticket information is on there, as well as sponsorship, and if you would like to place an ad as well. So again, thank you so much, Village of Broadview. The Answer Incorporated really appreciates you.
Thank you, Ms. Vines. I'm committed to purchasing 2 tickets personally to attend the event. The Board of Trustees, we don't purchase tickets out of taxpayer monies for activities like this, but I will personally support the Answer as I've done in the previous year. And I will make a commitment that we will purchase a sponsor ad in the program book that you have on behalf of the Village of Broadview. So thank you for all the good works that you do. And I'm going to ask the rest of the trustees to participate by attending the gala as well. Okay, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, that completes public comments. Next item. Item 3, communications. Starting with the senior luncheon on Friday, September 10th at Schroeder Park. Mayor Thompson is hosting a senior luncheon for Broadview seniors. We're working on the logistics and details. Stay tuned for more information. We'll get that out shortly. Next, Coffee for Champions, formerly the event known as Cop on Rooftop, over at the Dunkin' Donuts, 1940 West Roosevelt Road, Friday, August 20th, from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. All proceeds go towards the benefit of the Special Olympics in Illinois, and we usually have a great turnout between the residents, businesses, and the village board. So come on out and support the Special Olympics Illinois. Next, we have a block club party request, and this request is over in the 900 block of 15th Street. It has gone before the safety committee. It has been approved, so I will be getting that notification of approval out to that group. And lastly, come celebrate with us. Village of Broadview Mayor Katrina Thompson's birthday celebration, Tuesday, August 31st, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. over at Schroeder Park. Join the Village of Broadview for an outdoor park jam for our beloved mayor. Live music by West 40, cake and ice cream, hugs and smiles. Please bring toiletries for the Sister House Recovery Home for Women. And Madam President, that completes our communication for this evening. Next is item 4, recognition.
Commander.
Mayor Thompson, Village Board, this is in recognition of Officer Neil McMahon for something that occurred on July 12th. We were called to assist the ambulance for a gentleman who cut his arm severely. Officer McMahon arrived and immediately applied a tourniquet to the man's arm. The man was bleeding severely. I just watched the body cam and it was pretty heroic. No hesitation at all. He did a fantastic job and we're really proud of him. So Officer McMahon. Step up front here. And congratulations. Thanks so much for your service. Save the man's arm.
Officer McMahon, did you want to get a photo with your family?
Did he catch him?
Oh. You can't tell, it's right there, and then we'll get this.
And then while your family get together, Trustee Miller, you want to say anything?
So I actually read the information on the police department's Facebook page. Great job at your being a hero. I know how much that family probably appreciates the fact that he didn't lose an arm. And thank you for stepping up.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Trustee Armour.
Congratulations.
Trustee Tierney.
Yeah, great job. I think it was more than just the arm. He could have lost his life with the blood that was flowing. So
Great job.
And then Officer McMahon, I just want to say on behalf of my office, we salute you because when you get into situations like this, you know, I just see it as a quality of life. And someone losing an arm could change the dynamics of the life of a person, not just losing a life, but the quality of life. So we commend you and we thank you. And when I got the emails from retired Chief Wagner explaining what had took place and the kudos from Loyola Hospital that said if you had not been there and did the act that you did, he would have lost his arm. So we appreciate that sincerely in the village of Broadview. So thank you. Thank you.
Great job. Yeah. That's a kid.
All right, thank you. No, you're welcome.
Ready to proceed, Mayor?
Mhm.
Okay. Next is item 5, consideration to approve the following minutes. We have none. Item 6, consideration to approve expenditures. Grand total of all funds, $418,097.24.
I make a motion that we approve.
Second.
Been properly motioned by trustee Miller, seconded by trustee Tierney. Madam President.
Thank you, Trust.
That was trustee Armour that made the motion. I apologize. For the record, trustee Armour made the motion, seconded by trustee Tierney. If you don't mind, can you speak into your mics? Because it's kind of hard to hear down here. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Tierney, Finance Chairperson, will you please read the warrant list?
Yes, I will. Okay, this is the warrant list for 8/11/21. First one is B&F Construction Code Services, $23,778.92. Baker Tilly US LLP, $5,085. Broadview Westchester Joint Water Agency, $254,000, $254,751.75. Crunch Construction, $4,152.75. David Ormsby Inc., $3,000. Delgado Law Group LLC, $56,556.96. Emergency Reporting, $3,246.45. Joseph L. Ponsetto, $4,290. Legacy Fire Apparatus, $8,013.56. Montana and Welch LLC, $9,364.03. Timothy J. Hicks, CPA, $5,250. TNT Towing and Recovery, Inc., $4,450. Total expenditures over $2,500 is $381,939.42, and the total expenses $418,097.24 for a total of 91%. There was no manual checks at this time. General fund the funds came out of the following accounts. General fund, $152,253.62. Capital Projects Fund, $2,242.50. Water and Sewage Fund, $263,601.12, for a grand total of $418,097.24. Madam Mayor, that concludes my report on the expenditures.
Thank you. Trustee Miller,
No questions.
Trustee Armour,
No question.
Trustee Tierney.
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Roll call, trustee Tierney.
Yes.
Trustee Abraham is absent. Trustee Senior is absent. Mayor Thompson,
Yes.
trustee Armor,
Yes.
trustee Chalmalabi is absent, trustee Miller,
Yes.
and this carries 4-0 to pay the bills. Thank you, ma'am.
Madam Mayor,
Um,
can I make an announcement for our next budget meeting?
Sure.
It'll be on finance. We'll have a finance meeting Wednesday, September 15th at 7 o'clock. Thank you.
Wednesday, September 15th.
Yes, September 15th.
Got it, thank you. All right, next, item 7, old business, we have none. Bringing us to item 8, new business. A motion to authorize the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners to engage in eligibility testing and to create an eligibility list for entry-level police officers.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Miller, seconded by trustee Armor. Madam President.
Commander Casca, you want to walk us through the process of why we need another? Yes, please.
Thank you. So we posted our last list in January. We had 17 candidates on the list, and we waited through the whole list, and we have 2 people remaining on the list. So the background of both of those people are ongoing right now, but we need to be able to create a new list for future hires.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Miller?
No questions.
Trustee Armor?
No question.
Trustee Tierney?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
trustees Abraham Senior and Chalmalabi are absent. Trustee Armor,
Yes.
trustee Miller,
Yes.
and Madam President, that carries 3-0. Thank you. Next is item B, a resolution authorizing and approving a 4th amendment to the intergovernmental agreement regarding crossing guard services between Lindop School District 92 and the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Tierney, seconded by trustee Miller. Madam President.
Thank you. This legislation is intergovernment agreement between the Village of Broadview and Lindop School for crossing guards. So typically, we bring this before the board every year during every school year. So this will go up until 2023, including the summer months, so that we don't have to continue to bring it before the board. And so it's an additional charge for the summer, which is $32.14. The contract is about $8,000 annually with paying per day in the summer months from June 1st to June 30th is the time frame that's was provided to us. Trustee Miller?
No questions.
Trustee Armor?
No questions.
Trustee Tierney?
No questions or comments.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, Madam President. Trustee Tierney.
Yes.
Trustees Abraham Senior and Chalmalabi are absent. Trustee Armor,
Yes.
trustee Miller,
Yes.
and Madam President, this carries 3-0. Thank you all.
Before we go to the next item, Attorney, can you clarify that because it's a financial and it's contractual, is that something that I need to vote on?
It's an intergovernmental, let's have the mayor vote,
Mayor-
because it is an intergovernmental agreement. It cuts a little differently, but let's have the mayor vote. Let's have the mayor vote on all financial items this evening, Mr. Clerk.
Yes, sir. Madam President, can I have your vote, please? Yes. or
Yes.
no? Okay, that carries 4-0. Thank you. All right, next is item C, a resolution for improvement under the Illinois Highway Code.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Been properly motioned by trustee Tierney, seconded by trustee Armor. Madam President.
Thank you. So I'm going to call Chris Baker up to talk about the next couple of items as it relates to streets. And you could just stay there because everything else is,
Perfect. So, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Talking about the streets first?
we're talking about the IDOT transportation, the resolution.
I'm sorry, can I?
The resolution for approval under the Illinois Highway Code.
Yep, perfect. Thank you. Sure. So this is for the street program, which this year we're doing 22nd, 21st, and 20th from Fillmore to Harvard, and then 19th Avenue from Roosevelt to Harvard. And then we've got a small portion of York, which is up off of Beach just south of the Eisenhower. What this is the resolution basically with IDOT saying that we're resolving to utilize MFT and Rebuild Illinois funds for this. The next agenda item, which I'm sorry is what I got confused, is the actual contract between the village and the contractor, which in this case is Lindahl Brothers Paving.
So thank you. So for a point of clarity, I know I got a couple of emails from trustee Armour as it relates to the resolution. And it's traditionally not in the format that we would typically see the resolution is, but when we get transportation or improvement for highway. So Mr. Attorney, can you explain why we get a resolution like this before the board versus how we typically get them from legislation?
Of course, Madam Mayor. So while trustee, while there are standard forms that we normally use for all matters, there's no strict hard and fast rule about how resolutions have to look, provided there's certain language in there. For example, the Illinois Department of Transportation, which is the governing agency over this, has a standard form that they require us to use. There are no requirements in the municipal code, so we defer to a neighboring agency or a governing agency in the event of a control of that. Otherwise, they won't accept it. So yes, the standard resolutions all look the same. We try to keep them relatively uniform. But in certain instances, such as for MFTs or bonds or other governing agencies, MWRD has its own form as well. We use and we adopt their form. Just, it's not to go along to get along, but in this one it is, if we don't use their form, they won't approve us. So we always think that it's probably better to get $460,000 than to stick with our form.
I agree with that.
Agreed.
Thank you. Trustee Miller?
So just following up on that same question, why wouldn't we just have that attached as an exhibit?
Because there'd be no reason to. Trustee, if you read so in the municipal code, there is language that talks about what's to be in a resolution. The only necessary language in the municipal code is, if you look about halfway through on page 1 of the Illinois Department of Transportation, that says, "Be it further resolved." So that's literally the authorizing language for a resolution. What we have in here, and we have these recitals and these preambles, and it's a longer document, which I'll get to now after this. This is a governing document. This is what has to be on there. To have a resolution, it would be approving an approval of an approval. And that just becomes confusing more than anything. For example, we have more recitals in this one, Madam Mayor, if I may, for 1 second. And that's in the event of a lawsuit. So we have these extra languages, these whereas clause or preambles or recitals that go into the reasoning behind these items. And in the event of lack of interpretation or a lawsuit on the matter, we refer back to these whereas clauses, recitals or preambles to ensure that the interpretation is correct. You really won't see that in these because it's very simple when it comes to IDOT. This is the form they've always used. It's a statutory form, so it has to be the form. It's just kind of a different type of document with authorizations. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, so it's just to say the redundancy.
No, I mean, there's other reasons too, but because if you have the redundancy, it could also cause confusion. So it's more than just that, trustee.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, trustee.
Thank you.
Excuse me,
Trustee
Madam
Armour?
President, can I just go for the record? Trustee Senior arrived at 7:51. Sorry for the interruption. Thank you.
Trustee Armour?
So basically, this is another type of resolution.
Absolutely.
It's not our village's resolution, but it's another type. And because it's governmental, it's okay for us not to
Absolutely.
really use it as an addendum or an attachment.
That's
Am
correct.
I understanding that correctly?
That's correct. So you also, when you have two different, a resolution on top of a resolution, first of all, the authorization becomes confusing, which is the authorizing document. And the authorizing document has to go down to IDOT. Second of all, there is a redundancy, as Trustee Miller was there to point out. Third of all, when you have two different documents controlling on the same issue, you have discrepancies that get created. So for all those reasons, they're interrelated, but for all those reasons, we use the IDOT form. Again, because the $460,000 better than holding up a form.
Absolutely, and we saved a few dollars because you guys didn't have to draft it up for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Trustee Tierney?
I have no question.
Well, you still saying, no, okay, so I just want to say, the reason why I wanted to go through that is because Trustee Armour did bring it to my attention as it relates to the legislation, and I want her to understand that there's different types of resolution that may come before us from time to time, so this is an educational moment for not just her, but for all of us in the public when we look at documents and stuff like that. So I just wanted some clarity on that, because most of us been up here long enough to,
Absolutely.
we see it on a regular basis, and this was the first time.
And Madam Mayor, if I may add one thing, when we have bonds or the like, sometimes that's different. It comes from a different law firm, so there's a little different stylistically. For example, some people put italics in their titles. We don't. We just think it's easier to do it the other way.
All right, I get
You'll
it.
see these little things.
Thank you for the clarity. Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll
So,
call?
Madam
please?
President, if I may add, in digging through records from a long time ago, ordinances from 2008, 2002, this is common. I've seen this, and what I've seen in the past, which I'll do for this one, is make a cover page to accompany this, so there's no question with our indexing as to what this is about. So I'll just make sure I add that to it.
Okay,
We have
Thank
a
you.
roll call now?
yes, please.
Roll call. Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
trustee Abraham, and Chalmalabi are absent. Trustee Senior,
Abstain.
pardon?
Abstain.
You abstain? Mayor Thompson?
Yes,
Trustee Armor?
Yes.
Trustee Miller?
Yes.
And this carries 5-0 with one of those being an abstention. Thank you. Okay, next is item D, a resolution awarding the bid for certain commercial alleyway improvements to the lowest responsive and responsible bidder, J. Narduli Concrete, for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve?
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Senior, seconded by trustee Tierney. Madam President.
thank you. Trustee Miller? All right, Chris, can you tell us about this project?
Absolutely. So this is one of the 3 construction projects that we're looking to award tonight. This one is for 8 alleys. These are the east-west alleys that parallel Roosevelt Road. We've got 5 on the south side of Roosevelt Road from 23rd to 17th, and then 3 on the north side from 17th to 14th. This will actually complete all of the east-west Roosevelt Road alleys, with the exception of the ones north of Roosevelt, west of 17th, and those are going to be done as part of the IEPA water main project this coming winter, spring. The J. Narduli has done a lot of work in town. He's done a lot of the alleys. He had a low bid of $716,000, which was approximately $85,000 less than our estimate. So the price was very competitive, as were all of these, as we'll talk about.
Thank you. Trustee Miller?
No questions.
Trustee Armor?
No question.
Trustee Tierney?
No, thanks for letting me know about that they've done a lot of work here, because there is a discrepancy, 700,000 to 1 million.
Yes,
It's quite a big difference.
and that's exactly something that we'll look at. If they were unknown commodities, so to speak, you'd be concerned about the $300,000. And to get into it a little more, it's kind of a unique situation because J. Narduli is the low bidder on the alleys. He's also the subcontractor that Lindahl Brothers is using on the other two
Okay.
projects. So he
Okay.
was able to provide a more competitive cost, economy of scale. He's got 3 projects, or he's hoping to have 3 projects in time.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
and he did the first stage of Braga, so
Right.
they're able to do big work as well.
Okay, thanks, Chris.
Trustee Senior? Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
trustee Abraham, and Chalmalabi are absent. Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes.
Trustee Armor,
Yes.
trustee Miller,
Yes.
and this carries 5-0. Thank you all. Next is item E, a resolution awarding the contract for the 2021 municipal parking lot improvements to Lindahl Brothers after competitive bidding for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve? Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Senior, seconded by trustee Armor. Madam President.
Chris?
So this project will construct, 4 parking lots along Roosevelt Road. 2 of them are already paved. It's just a simple mill and resurface that's at the southwest corner of 18th and the southeast corner of 16th. 2 of the lots are currently grass. That's northwest corner of 15th and northeast corner of 14th Avenue. Those will be turned into asphalt parking lots, complete with lighting and improvements. Yeah, one of them's over by Pete's and one's at the opposite corner. That's Lindahl Brothers. They've also worked in town. They did the paving project in 2018. Very reputable contractor. They came in at 450,000, which is approximately 50,000 less than our engineer's estimate. This project, as well as the alleys, will be using TIF funds.
Thank you, trustee Miller.
So I heard you mention that Narduli is going to be the contractor. Is there like a chance that they might bow out and not become the contractor? Or is it just final that if we award to Lindahl Brothers, that Narduli is gonna
Would be the
perform the work?
subcontractor. And to be clear, it's very little concrete as part of the parking lot, so it's sidewalk. They've submitted their subcontractor worksheets. It's possible he's able to change it, but it's extremely unlikely.
Okay, I just know that contract is that concrete is kind of iffy because I'm doing concrete at my own house. And it seems like that's kind of like one of those up and down markets where like wood.
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you.
Thank you, trustee Arnold.
No question.
Trustee Tierney.
No question.
Trustee Senior.
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can, Madam President. Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
trustees Abraham and Chalmalabi are absent. Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Mayor Thompson,
Yes.
trustee Armour,
Yes.
trustee Miller,
Yes,
and this carries 5-0, Madam President. On to the next item, F. A resolution awarding the contract for the 2021 pavement improvements program to Lindahl Brothers after competitive bidding for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Tierney, seconded by trustee Senior. Thank you, Madam President.
All right, Chris.
And this one goes back to item C. This is the street program for which we passed the resolution. Resolution being because it's MFT and Rebuild Illinois funds. Again, the streets are 22nd, 21st, and 20th from Fillmore to Harvard, and then 19th from Roosevelt to Harvard. Again, Lindahl Brothers, 457,000 was their bid, and we had estimated 489, so approximately $30,000 on the bid. Village was fortunate with the timing of the construction. I think all three projects got some substantial savings. Contractors are looking for work, so it's good for the rest.
Thank you, trustee Miller.
no questions.
Trustee Armour.
I have no questions for Chris, but I really would love to be able to take, and I know we're using TIF funds and bonds and everything for this kind of, for this kind of work. But it would be great to see the budget, like our pot of money for all of this, and to be able to draw down, in my mind, to make sure that we are within the guidelines of the amount of money that we have for these types of projects. So that's my only concern, and I know that doesn't have anything to do with you, Mr. Chris,
Sure.
but that's what I would really love to be able to see.
So you have the budget that the board approved.
I
and-
have that, but it was a lot of.
Please let me
gobbledygook.
finish. I got the floor.
Yeah.
You was provided a budget, and in the budget, if you look under MFT funds, we use for these projects no bonds. So we use MFT funds and TIF dollars. So if you look in the budget for those line items, it'll tell you what these projects were earmarked for to do this work. If you need some assistance, just reach out to Tim or Tom, and they can walk you through that. But just for clarity, we didn't use any bond money for these projects. It's
Okay.
MFT funds or TIF.
Okay,
Okay?
I got it.
All right. Thank you, trustee.
Mhm.
Trustee Tierney,
No comment.
trustee Senior.
No comment.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
trustees Abraham and Chalmalabi are absent. Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Mayor Thompson,
Yes.
trustee Armour,
Yes.
trustee Miller,
Yes,
and this carries 5-0, Mayor. Thank you. Item G, a resolution authorizing and approving a master pole attachment agreement between New Singular Wireless PCS LLC, a Delaware limited liability company doing business as AT&T Mobility, and the Village of Broadview related to the placement of small cell facilities on certain village-owned poles or structures in the right-of-way for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Senior, seconded by trustee Miller. Madam President.
Thank you. So a few weeks ago, we approved the one for Verizon. This is the same one, except the vendor is different. It's Singular Wireless and AT&T. So it's still the small cell facilities on certain village-owned poles. And we gave a description of what that was back at the meeting when we did the one for Verizon. Trustee Miller?
Yeah, I literally was just like, didn't we just approve this?
But
So I'm
this is
glad you
different.
clarified that it was Verizon versus, because I was scrolling like, where's this one at? So, thanks for the clarity on that.
Thank you. Trustee Armor?
I'm good. Thank you. No questions, comments.
Thank you. Trustee Tierney?
No questions.
Thank you. Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
trustees Abraham and Chalmalabi are absent. Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Mayor Thompson,
Yes.
trustee Armor,
Yes.
trustee Miller,
Yes.
and Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you. Item H, an ordinance amending Title VII of the Broadview Village Code of Ordinances regarding parking in the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Senior, seconded by trustee Tierney. Madam President?
Thank you. So this is to amend our parking code in the Village of Broadview as we enhance our municipal lots and enforce more parking codes as it relates to in the commercial area and certain residential area. This code will, the last time this code was updated was in 2009. So as we go through the process with parking and doing snow removals and those types of things, we needed to update the code, and we'll be updating more codes as we go along through this process. Trustee Miller?
No question.
Trustee Armor?
No questions.
Trustee Tierney?
No question.
Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
trustees Abraham and Chalmalabi are absent. Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Mayor Thompson,
Yes.
trustee Armor,
Yes.
trustee Miller.
Yes.
All right, thank you, and this carries 5-0. Next item, item 9, application for the authority to expend funds. We have none. Bringing us to item 10, closed session. Disregard the none, please. Number 1, section 2C11, the
Mr.
appointment.
Clerk, we don't have any closed session.
Oh, we don't have one?
No.
I do not need any.
Great.
Thank you, Mr.
So
President.
none
Sorry, Madam.
was in order for the closed session. And then item 11, Village Clerk Kevin McGreer. I don't have any report for you today, Madam President, so we'll go right to item 12, Village President, Mayor Katrina Thompson.
Thank you and good evening to the residents that's in person or watching virtually. Just a couple of announcements to bring to your attention. As of Friday, we had 6 new cases of COVID. So I just want to remind you to continue to wear your face covering, practice social distancing, and wash your hands. At the celebration on August 31st, we will have a provider there that will be giving out vaccinations as well as COVID testing. So as you out and about in the community and you see COVID testing, get a rapid test just to know your status. Even if you're not vaccinated, even if you are vaccinated or unvaccinated, continue to get COVID testing so that you know your status, that you can keep you healthy and your family healthy. Drinking Water 123 Academy on this Thursday, August 19th at 10 a.m. I will be the keynote speaker discussing our aging water infrastructure and asset management. And that's part of my role as the co-chair on the Broadview Westchester Water Agency. You can register online. We will send out the link to the residents that want to be engaged in that conversation. The Broadview Alliance for Sustainability, this plan focuses on 3 imperatives: equity, resilience, and climate protection. We are supported by 6 priorities: place, prosperity, health and well-being, connectivity, living infrastructure, and resource regeneration. On Earth Day, we launched our environmental sustainability plan, and we are on track on becoming an eco-district certified community at the end of this year. So it's been a lot of work the last 13 months of putting this plan together and working with the different partners. We have Commissioner Alicia Johnson that's over the well-being and the healthy component of this, Dr. Jackson at Lindop School. We have SBC, a local business partner, and then we have us in the Village of Broadview. We have the Broadview Westchester Water Agency that's on board that's helping us put this plan together. So we're on track to become a certified community at the end of this year. Then we also are looking to entertain our designation for Soul Smart. And this is a designation that demonstrates a community is open for solar business. And so during our environmental sustainability plan, solar energy is part of that plan. And that's the resource regeneration. So we do have our permits process in place. We have an ordinance on file that's in place. And so they have 3 designations: bronze, silver, or gold. And so those that know me, I want to go for the gold, but it's a lot of benchmarks that we have to meet. But I'm happy to say when we got selected to be in this cohort, which was very competitive, and we've already at the bronze level. So I'm happy about that work. We just have to put it on our website. That was a small thing, but we have it in place. And so by 2022 February, we'll know where how we're going to be designated as a Soul Smart community, whether we're bronze, silver, or gold. But we have a lot of work to do to get to the gold level. The designation makes our community attractive to solar industries, and we will receive free technical assistance, and we have already started the work to receive the designation. So I'm excited about this only because if you look into put solar, if you drive around the community, you can see some homes already have solar paneling and creating a energy efficiency home. Lindop School is looking to put solar paneling on their school coming up. SBC Waste, they looking to get all of the business industrials that's over there in the industrial area to put solar paneling on their businesses. And we're going to start tapping into putting solar paneling even on our municipal building, the fire department, and our public works. So it's work that we all have to do, but monies is out there for us to entertain to be able to get some of the solar paneling to put in place on government buildings. And we want to save some money too. School is starting back this week, so just be mindful that the kids are walking to school. We know that we do have some speeders in our community, and if we are asking the police department to enforce those that speeding in residential areas, so just to pay more attention to that. But you know what? Pray for our schools and pray for our children and the families, because some families are still hesitant to send their kids to school because of the virus. And rightfully so. Those that's under 12 years old can't be vaccinated. And then you got some parents that don't want to wear, they don't want to even have their kids wear masks in the school, which makes no sense to me. But we have to just, stay connected to the source. We have to, protect everyone. So just wear your mask, but just keep our children in your prayers at night, because it's anxiety for them as it is for the parents. And we recognize that it is a change. So we want to just make sure that we are praying for all of our school-age children in the village of Broadview, that they have a successful academic year, even in these uncertain times. And then our summer youth program ended. So the interns are returning to school. Many of them that worked for us were in high school. We only had a couple that were college-age students. But I just want to personally thank PLCCA for partnering with us. For the last 20 years that I've been doing summer youth programs, this group of young people were like they were just really good employees. Really good employees. We hit some rough spots in the beginning because a lot of times it was their first time working a job. And then with Ms. Jones working hand in hand with them and mentoring them and coaching them through all of these processes, I just want to tell you personally, thank you. Because on top of your job, you did that job. And so we just say thank you for just keeping them, focused. And we have our own Charisma, who's been with us for, I don't know, the last 2 years. Oh, 3 years.
3 years. Goodbye, though.
So, you know what? It's like, but I have to say this about Charisma. She is truly a young person that's professional. She handles the window at the cashier just like she don't need our help. Let me do this. She know how to articulate the conversation to them. And even when people are, that want to be controversial or challenging, she still maintains her character to represent this village very, very well, working at the cashier. So I want to say kudos to her, and I'm excited for her. It's always sad to see her when she leaves, because I can't believe the summer goes by that fast. But when she come here, she's about the business of the village, and she can articulate that. And one thing I like about having our young people that live in Broadview, work in Broadview, because it resonates to the residents that they care about their community. Even Marquise, I was over at the library today picking up a library book, and the staff was sad to see him go, and he's part of this program. And they was just commending how they hate to see him go, how he interact with the technology over there. It's helping the staff over there to do that. But you know what? When you live in a community, you that more passionate about the community that you work in. That's why I always say when we have these summer job opportunities, we consider Broadview residents first, because we know that their hearts and passion is in the right space. And they're gonna work hard, and they understand the dynamics of living here and working here. So those two young people, Charisma and Marquise, I mean, we've had some kudos from other young people from in the different environments that they worked in, but I'm highlighting the ones that actually live here because they do the job. And you know, sometimes we get the pushback of this your son or this your daughter. I don't care about any of those things. I want who's going to work for this village and who's going to do a good job, regardless of how they connected to someone. They qualify for the position and they can do a good job for us. They can always work for us as long as I'm here. And so, you know, we hear that a lot of times, you know, because of relationships, and relationships are good and they can be tainted sometimes. But when you actually work on the front line with these young people, you forget who they connected to. You forget who they are connected to. So I just encourage all young people that live in Broadview that want to have an opportunity next summer, look us up, because these are great opportunities that they can get a recommendation. They can put it on a job application. We can write a letter of recommendation for them for an employer or for them to get scholarships, because we can vouch for their character. And that means more than anything, their character and their integrity is what I look for in a young person coming through our system. So I just thank Ms. Jones and PLCCA for just staying the course with me, because I had my challenges with the two I had. But they were good workers, but just trying to keep up with them and they trying to keep up with me. But it was an awesome experience this year. And we look forward to more collaborations. And so lastly, the next Finance Committee meeting, we're going to be talking about the ARP, the American Rescue Plan Act, and how we're going to designate some of those fundings for our community. And I want it to be an engaged conversation because we want to get input from the community on how you think was best utilize our dollars. We know we want to, well, some things that I would like the board to consider is how we offer small grants to small businesses, whether they're in the commercial or home-based business. How we look at crisis intervention for fire and police, and how we attract more businesses in the economy so that we have guidelines. So in the presentation that's going to come up in the Finance Committee meeting, we'll give the guidelines on how we can spend the money and what we can't spend the money on. So it's very particular in detail on like what we can't do, but some of the things that we can do, we should be doing, especially building our small businesses here in town. We've never done nothing to give micro grants to a home-based business or a commercial small business, or those that want to invest in our community, put some parameters around that work to get things done. So I'm excited about what we have to do, but it takes all of us to look into how we spend our money and make sure that we are fair across the board with the money. And we do know that, you know, in certain departments, they want to see more raises. But, you know, when I think of that, I always look at it as, is it sustainable? I always ask the department heads when they ask for raises, is it sustainable? Not today, but I'm talking about within the next 5 years, because things change and shift. So we have to think outside the box when we get large pots of money like this that we can give back to our community, not necessarily give back to our departments, but we want to make sure that we have crisis intervention in that plan, because that's a qualified expense and it's a needed expense in the village of Broadview. So with that being said, I just want to say good night and God bless you. And I hope I see you over the next couple of days at some of the pops on the top at Dunkin' Donuts, and then celebrating my birthday on August 31st with cake and ice cream only. So good night, and I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Been properly motioned by trustee Tierney, seconded by trustee Armour. Take a roll call. Trustee Tierney,
Yes.
Trustee Abraham and Chalmalave are absent. Trustee Senior,
Yes.
trustee Armand,
Yes.
trustee Miller,
Yes.
trustee Miller.
Yes.
Thank you. And that carries 4-0. Thank you all. We are hereby adjourned at 8:18 PM. Thank you and have a good evening.